What's up, viewers? Welcome to my weekly Wednesday vlog. My name is Ilya and today I'm going to be talking about me. Now, if you saw the video from last week, a couple of you guys were like, okay, cool, it's nice to see what your room is like, but tell us a little bit more about what it is you actually do, dude. So here I am, and I'm going to tell you about what I actually do. I'm not going to be sharing like my history and stuff. I'm just going to be telling you what I'm doing right now, because I might save that for some other video later, like a draw my life or something, you know, that's kind of stuff. And while I have a lot to talk about, I'd like to have a video for each of the things I'm talking about, but I'm not sure that I do, so you might have to sit through some picture slideshows in case I don't have anything else to put there while I'm talking a lot. Okay, so first of all, my name is Ilya. You guys all know that. I am 23 years old and I currently live in a tiny little country in the Balkan area called Bosnia. Now, the reason I'm here, the reason I came here, and the reason I'm still here is primarily volunteering. Now, you probably know what that is. It is pretty much doing free things to help people or animals, or there are different areas of volunteering, and the primary definition is that you're doing it for free with no profit to yourself. Now, when I tell some people that I do that for a living, they're like, but dude, volunteering is cool and all, but what are you going to do in life? How are you going to make an income and this and that? So before you tell me that, I'm going to tell you that it's possible to make a career in volunteering. If you have a lot of experience, you can get into managing positions for large projects which actually have funds for that, and you can have paid position in volunteering. So it's possible to make a career if I want to do that, but as you'll see later, that is not my wish for life. But nevertheless, I do believe in helping people around you and trying to make your community better, which is your contribution to making the world a better place. Now, my primary volunteer occupation is with a local organization whose major project is clown therapy. Now, if you don't know what clown therapy is, it is using laughter and entertaining kids to improve their medical state, and it's an actual science. It's not just hee hee ha ha, go make them laugh and everyone will be happier. This is an actual improvement for their health. And so several times a month we go to the clinic and make children happy. Now, this includes clowns and songs and games and balloons and face painting and all the cool stuff. By the way, you can check out a video that I made about one of our clinic visits right over here. And while I love making kids happy and working with kids in general, this is not our primary goal. Our primary goal is to train young people to do the same, to do their part to change the world, to encourage them to step out of their comfort zone and actually do something for their community. So a lot of my work goes into creating and facilitating workshops and seminars for young people to teach them about positive activism and what they can do to make a difference in their community. And a big part of that positive activism is spreading a positive message through things like painting murals, which can be directed towards children or young people or older people with a message about love or change. Or, for example, going out to the city for fun to give out free hugs for people. And if you want, you can see a video about that over here. Working for this organization takes up a lot of my time because aside from these seminars and workshops and projects that we do physically, there's a lot to be done technically around design and web management, photography, and pretty much everything computer and tech related. That is all on me. Okay, that aside, you guys probably also know that I volunteer at a horseback riding club, but that is not so much volunteering as it is an exchange of services because I get free riding classes for that. You can check about that more in this video right here. Okay, so while working for this project provides me with accommodation and my most basic expenses, I do need to find some other way to make money if I want to do more than just survive day by day. If I want to invest into more equipment, if I want to go out with friends, do something different in my life, I have to do that. So because I've got over a decade of experience of working with children, I can actually work with children professionally. So I'm often hired as a children's animator, that's what they call it here, which is pretty much someone who comes to a children's party and animates the kids. So we play games with them, we play songs with them, I often dress up like a clown, I make balloons for them, I face paint them, and all this comes in a nice little package, and people call me and they say, dude, come, we need you for a party, and I say, okay, so I come and I do the party, and then they give me $1,000, and I'm like, ooh, and I go buy a Lamborghini. Really cool. Okay, so aside from these birthdays, there are also summer camps, which are organized by the horse club that I just told you about. And these happen maybe 7-8 times per summer and 3 or 4 times per winter, depending on how many children apply. Okay, so these camps are hosted up at the club. They have their own facility. And they are very sports oriented. Pretty much every single day for 5 or 6 hours, the kids are out doing some kind of cool sport. If it's during the winter, it's skiing and skating. If it's during the summer, it's ziplining and hiking, free climbing, climbing down off a bridge, swimming, orienteering, and of course, horseback riding. Now, while I assist in all of these major sport activities, my responsibilities lie more around the things they do when they come home and have to do something more relaxed. So art workshops, playing games with the kids, and things like that. And of course, I have my cameras, which I carry around with me throughout the entire camp and take pictures of everything so the parents can be happy with what's going on at the camp, and also for advertising purposes. Okay, but while I love working with children, like I said before, I do prefer working alone in more artistic areas which are closer to my set of passions in life. You've probably heard me say this before, but my biggest passion is photography. I love photography. I dream photography. I study photography every day through tutorials and courses. I just love it. And I'd be very happy if that would one day be my career. And I'm slowly starting in that direction, like through the camps, for example, that I was just telling you about. But I've also been contacted by various photographers here who were like, dude, we saw your work. You're cool. So this day I'm going to be doing this job, but then there's this other job which I can't do at the same time. So how about I just send you and you do the job and you get paid? And I'd be like, cool, dude. Yeah, that's awesome. So like that, I've actually been the photographer to quite a number of events, ranging from press conferences to corporate events to birthday parties to portraiture work and other stuff like that. So let's move on to design. I've actually had over 10 years of education if you count art school when I was younger and through high school and college and then studying graphic design in university. Design is a big part of my life. In my professional history as a freelancer, I designed everything from banners to posters to brochures and flyers and visit cards. I've created dozens of websites, and I've even designed things like murals which are painted around the city in really, really large scale. A lot of these murals are actually part of my volunteer projects, but I've also been called to do them professionally for cafes and clubs and other institutions. Okay, that aside, moving on to music. I started going to music school when I was 4. My mom noticed a sense of music in me when I was a really small kid, so she sent me off to music school, and I finished 7 years of music schooling, which is pretty extensive. It is not just, a subject in school. This is music school focused primarily and solely on music. And since a very young age, I've performed live hundreds of times on stage for thousands of people. I performed on TV at least a dozen times. And that's on everything from guitar to piano to bass to drums to singing and other stuff. One of the things I'm really involved in these days is the Sarajevo Drum Orchestra, which is a 4-person band. We play various Brazilian instruments, and we are a pretty high level of entertainment, and people call us for shows, for parades, for workshops. We've been called to festivals in other countries where they paid our accommodation and travels and our fee on top of everything just so we could play at the festival. It's really fun, and in an effort to share our knowledge and experience, we also teach people through our workshops to play instruments and to work together as a team. Now, with those major areas aside, I've also done video production. For example, just a couple months ago, I made this video for one of the organizations here. This was a professional gig. I've sold several pieces of my art, and I've even gotten professional requests, which are also known as commissions, and I still get them from time to time to create things for people who like my style and like my art. And while all this is awesome, because of my talents in many areas and my passions for all of them, I can't really choose for the life of me which one I want to pursue as a career. And that has left me kind of in a mediocre position in all those areas. For example, like some of my peers who went on to graduate from the Art Academy, they are much better than me in all art-related things, but they cannot do anything that I can do in music, in video, in design, and things like that. Whereas people who, finished the music academy and are par excellence musicians, or at least much better musicians than I am, they have nothing to do with the art area. So you can see my dilemma. While I don't want to choose any of these areas over another, I also have to somehow progress my career, and that's why YouTube is actually a great possibility for me in the near or distant future. Now, I've really been considering YouTube to be my career path, but it's really hard to find a niche because so many areas are covered. I mean, there are plenty of great artists and musicians, people making covers all the time on YouTube. And again, I can't pick one thing over another. I just want to do a little bit of everything, and that's why vlogging is what I want to do. Now, while gaming is fun and cool and all, and it's given my channel a head start by making videos about Tanki, I don't want that to be my future. Gaming is fun and all, but I think it's a big waste for the things I could be capable of, and I don't think it's a great way to spread a positive message. And as you know, spreading a positive message and doing something good for the community and the world is a big priority for me. So I want to try to incorporate all these different areas that I love and am decently good at, put them all into my channel, and hope people will follow me on my life path in developing these things. Maybe they can learn something from me, and maybe they can add something and teach me something, And that is why you guys are here. And you're definitely going to be appreciated way down the line, even if I grow to be a decently big channel. Now, you probably noticed that I have not been as successful as some other channels, and if I'm honest with you, I know the reason why. It is partially because I've been rather inactive lately, but it's also because I publish very random content on my channel. So for example, someone's watching my Tanki video and they're like, wow, this is cool, I subscribe. And then a couple days later, they're like, what's this, music, art? I didn't sign up for this. And then other people, they might be interested in the art. They're like, wow, this guy's on his way to making some cool art. Let's see what he's going to be up to. And then again, next week, they're like, he plays games and shovels horse poop. Bye. And that is exactly why those of you who have stuck around through the good and the bad, you guys have my full gratitude and respect. Thank you so much for being here. Your greatest support is doing what you're doing. Just watching my videos and telling me what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what you want to see, because I am doing this for you. So I hope you guys stick around to see where this path will lead me, and I'll see you around. Thanks for watching.